Yesterday I built a neon audio music player and it was just basically loved by quite a lot of people, and I even promised in the video that I was going to take that further to the next level where we should be able to like extend that and then make that something like a video player. And that's just basically what I'm responding to in this video. So this is HTML5 neon video player right here. This is just basically a video on this page. If you take a look at that, we do have a play button right here that we can hit on and the music will start playing. We can also maybe mute the audio or do things of that nature. We can also make this to take full width and full height of the screen that we're watching with, and we can even seek through the video right here. All right, so that's just basically what that is. First of all, I want to also let you know that I'm not just building this because people even also requested for that. If you take a look at the one we built yesterday, which is this particular one right here, it was an audio player. So if you take a look at the comment section right here, I want to hit in here. And if you take a look here, you see that this particular person, Alifevo Chukwuzorom UN, said, thank you much, sir. And they said, I need that of the video player, sir. And it's not even the only person, he or she is not the only person in there. If you take a look down here, you're going to see where Prabhajan, Josh, Naloji, and I'm sorry if I didn't get your name correctly pronounced, he said, thank you, sir. Kindly do on video player, which means he's also requesting that I should build a neon video player just like this one. All right, so that's just what it is. Now let's test this application out. If we hit the play button right here, the video is going to just basically start playing. So let's try to see that. Let's hit on the play button.
Do not leave the actualization of your goals to luck. Stay in charge of your dreams. Walk your plans. The gradual fading away of last year was just a movement of the clock. And the movement of the clocks don't actually or automatically produce new life for you. What produces new life is the movement on your mind. Happy New Year to you all. It's a brand new year, right? And we all have our goals written down.
All right, so you see that the video played, right? And the other things we can do is, even if the video is playing, if you don't want to be hearing the sound, we can pause we can actually silence the audio. That's just mute. So let me start playing the video again, and I can hit on the mute icon right here, and you're going to see that the voice is going to be silenced. Let me hit on play button now.
Remember that for the fact that it's a new year.
All right. You see, the video is still playing, but we're not hearing any sound so far. Now, I want to pause the video one more time. So I got that paused, and if we play that again, we can hit on the unmute icon.
Leave this year the same way.
You see that it just basically works just like the audio one. All right. We can also make this full screen by hitting on this icon right here. So while the video is still playing, let me hit on the full screen.
Up, and we're going to do things better than you did last year, so that you can have.
All right. So we can even mute and then unmute it on the big screen. All right. So the next thing I want to test is this. If I unmute this, I want to see if I can work on the speed of the play. So let me unmute this first of all.
Walk your plans. The gradual fading away of last year was just a movement of the clock. And the movement of clocks don't automatically produce new life for you. What produces a new life for anyone is the movement on their mind. New year, new goals.
All right. So you see that plays a lot faster now. So let me just kind of bring this back to this screen, and what we want to do right now is to go back to our desktop and then create a folder for this and see how we can put this together. So let's do that right now. So let's create a new file for this, or a new folder right here on the desktop. What I'm going to just do is just call this something like HTML5 video player. And what I want to do now is to just basically, I want to open up the former one we had in here, which we basically call a HTML5 neon player, basically based on the MP3. Open that up, and I want to copy all the files in here. And once I get that copied, I want to put them inside of this HTML5 video player right here. What I want to do, I want to take away this right here. I don't need this. It's just basically the audio for the yesterday's own. Let's open that. So we don't need that particular one, so I want to delete that. The one we need is the video that we just worked on right here, which I called the dream to lock, and this is an MP4. So this is the extension right here. You want to pay attention to the file type. All right.
Do not leave the actualization of your goals to luck. Stay in charge of your.
All right. That's actually the video. Now what I want to do is simple. I want to open this up with my Visual Studio Code. Alright, that has been opened, and I want to open up my index.html, and I want to just change quite a few things in here. So let's call this HTML5 neon. I'm going to just call this video player. I want to copy this and then use that as my H3 down here. So this is what it is right now. Now, if we save the changes on this page and I will try to run this index, let's do that. So if I go to the desktop, open this up, and I will run this, you notice that what we'll still have in here is the audio, right? Is the audio player. So we don't actually have the video yet. So let's find a way to add the video. To do that, we'll go back to our development environment, and we're going to change a couple of things in here. So this is basically audio right here. So we want to change it to video tag because what we want to play on this page right now is videos. So I'm going to just double click on this, and I'm going to just basically hold my control button and then try to select all of these things at once. All right. So if I want to change this right here, if I just type video, all the places where we have audio on this page will be changed to video. So I'm going to just do video, and you see that that has been changed to video right there. All right, and I want to take away, let's take away this control and then autoplay first of all. Then I also like to change the source right here. So this is called a dream-2-lock right there. So let's change that. So this is going to be dream-lock this is going to be lock. Just make sure it corresponds with this particular file name that we'll have in here. And we're going to basically also, let me just basically, this is going to be MP4 guys. So you should just remember to do that. Copy that, and I want to use that right here. And with that, we've been able to like reference to the right source, right? But then we're going to have to change this particular MIME type down here. This one is just basically meant for audio. So instead of what it is right here, we can just simply change this to MP4. That's just basically what is recommended. And the reason why we're using these two sources is just because if the browser we are using does not actually understand the first one, it can pick the next one that it basically understands. So with these two, most of the modern browsers should be able to play your video just fine. And I would have a message in here in case we're in a situation where none of the types were basically understood. We can display a message to the person right there saying your browser does not support this video element. All right, so let's save the changes right here. And then if we open that up, I want to open this up, and you see that basically we're not even seeing the video right here, and we need to find out why that is really not showing right there. And that's just because we didn't type the file name correctly. Look at it right here, dream-2-lock. So we are incorrect by typing that. So let me just even copy that just the way that it is from here, and I'm going to just basically go and paste that right here. All right, so I'm going to highlight these from here to here and paste that right there. So this is what it should be. So if we refresh in here, and I'm still not seeing the video, what's happening? So this should be dream-2-lock.mp4, and okay, I think there's a problem somewhere. Look at here. We need to have an opening quotation right here and an opening quotation right here. I'm sorry for just making that kind of mistake. So if we go back in here, refresh, and the video is just basically back right now. And if we scroll to this side, we should be first of all, let's work on the width and height of this video. So we can add that to this. So I'm going to do width, and I want to set the width of this to, let's say, something like 340 pixels. And then the height, let's set that to maybe 240 or 260. Let's set that to 260 pixels right there. Save the changes, and then if we refresh here, you see that the video comes to within the frame that we'll have in here. But then if you take a look in here, you're going to see that we do not actually have the controls right here. All right, we don't have the controls. And if we want it to like automatically play, we can, maybe if we get in here, first of all, let's add the controls. First of all, I want to see the controls. Save the changes, and then if we go back in here and then refresh, you see that the controls are now back. And if you want to play them, you can play them now. For instance, let's play that. I'm going to hit on the play button.
Do not leave the actualization of your goals to luck. Stay in charge of your dreams. Walk your plans. The gradual fading away of last year was just a movement of the clock. And the movement of the...
Alright, we can even fast forward the video or back forward it if it is playing. Let's try that.
Clocks don't actually old routine who will not produce a new result. If you live this year the same way you lived last year, you will still have a result that looked just like that of the last
That's fine.
year's result. This year, plans, the gradual fading away of last year was just a movement of the clock. And the movement of clocks don't automatically.
All right, so we can do anything we basically want to do with that, even to silence the audio, make it full screen, and then even work on the playback right there. So that's just basically what it is right here. All right, and we'll have all the feature that we needed to add to this particular video right here. Now, the next thing I would like to take a look at is there are some situations where once you get into a particular website, you see some videos really playing on the background. And if you want to achieve something of that nature, that is a feature, an attribute we can add that is just basically called the autoplay. So if we go in here, we can add that attribute anywhere around here and maybe set that to autoplay. And then we'll save the changes. And if we refresh here, I don't think that is going to play just yet because we need to add one more items to that. And if we want to do that, that's just basically called a muted. So I'm going to just do muted right here. And what this muted is going to do is that it's going to silence the audio, but it's going to tell the browser to start playing the video. So that's just preparing it for maybe having that as a background of a web page where you see some motion going on the background while the website just get loaded. All right, so if we save the changes here and then we'll try to refresh our browser, the video is going to start playing automatically, but you wouldn't actually hear any sound. So let's refresh here. You see that it's playing. So you can use this as the background of your web page and it's going to be playing, but it won't actually be hearing any sound. This is just how they normally do that. All right, so let's pause the video. All right, so I think that's not too much that I haven't actually done on this. So if you know like maybe customize this a little bit more, you can just basically customize that where you should be able to have like a play button, pause, and do whatever you want to do. Or you can even add something like a download button if you want people to basically download the video. You can just basically do that, guys. This is just basically the bare bones of a multimedia in HTML5, and it's really something very nice. And if you want to learn it, that's just completely fine, guys. So let me play this one more time and then I'm going to get out of here. So let me unmute this, play the
Life for
video.
you.
I want
What
to make
produces
that.
new life is the movement on your mind. Happy New Year to you all. It's a brand new year, right? And we all have our goals written down.
All right, so there are a lot more that you can actually do with this. So you can just basically go ahead and install the multimedia in HTML5 and then you are going to get a lot more. Even this particular MIME types right here, we still have other MIME types that you can just basically play around with, and that's just fine. So I'm going to just simply stop right here, and if you like the video, feel free to hit the like button and then share it on your timeline so that other people can actually enjoy this particular video right here. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye for now. Now, I don't think I showed you the CSS really very well, so let me just preview that. That's why I came back. So this is just for the audio style, and we'll have the player history right here, and this is the div down here, and this is the body. So that's just basically what that is. I hope you're seeing now all the lines of code on the page. So you can just basically pause the video and then type them out. And then for those of you who would like more explanation to the CSS, I think you want to watch the audio version that I did. So that's where I explained everything line by line. So I'll put a link to the audio version of it so that you can watch that.